We just converted this workstation that's for up north, just so it's not so reliant on a generator. So let's check it out. Yeah, so just at the front here, we'll just put trailer brakes onto the trailer. So they've just opted for the electric brake ones that are actually trailer mounted. So they've got a few different vehicles that tow this van. So instead of having to have each one actually individually on the car, they've just opted to put it on the actual trailer. So it's a pretty good unit and simple to install. It's got a DIY setup as well. So if you want to install them themselves, they're pretty simple to do. It's just full plug and play system. Then around to the side here, so they had 240 volt for everything, so it wasn't too efficient, so we just swapped out a few of these lights. So they had some big 240 volt lights just on the side here, one at the front here, one at the back, and we just removed those and just go into 12 volt Nava lights there. So they don't draw as much power, they only probably draw about half an amp each, so a lot more efficient than 240 volt lights that they originally had up there. Also on top, we just added a 425 watt solar panel, and then that's just a 40 volt panel, so it's a lot more efficient than the 12 volt ones, and yeah, it just gives you a lot more benefit over 12 volts. They pick up the sun a lot quicker than what 12 volt ones do. But yeah, that's probably everything really for the outside. Let's just jump inside and see what we've done in there. Yeah, so we're just in the front compartment now, so this is just a little sleeping area, and then in the back is the actual workstation. So I haven't done too much in here. All we've done the same thing. We've just changed out the 240 volt light for a 12 volt Nava light for that better efficiency. And then we've also just changed out their 3-way fridge for a Bushman upright there for the same reason. It's just a lot more efficient, and then that way you're not relying on gas or 240 volt power. You can just run off 12 volt and just only draws about 3 or 4 amps. So far more efficient than what they originally had. But that's everything pretty much in the front compartment. Let's jump into the back and see what we've done in there. Yeah, so it's in the back compartment now. This is their little workstation. So same thing on the roof. They just had 3 240 volt lights, so we just swapped those out for the Nava 12 volts. Same thing to get better efficiency. The other thing we've done is we've chucked an extra RCD up in that corner there. So originally they only had the one, and then it'd come from their gen set that they'll plug into the inlet on the side, go to that RCD, and then it'll power all their 240 volt outlets. We've now chucked a small inverter on so that these machines in the back here can run off the inverter, as they weren't handling the frequency that the genset was putting out too well. So what we did is we just rewired the GPOs, so they're just the one in this back corner over here, the other rear corner, and then just this front left hand corner as well. We just rewired those to all come off the actual inverter, and then any other 240 volt outlets or circuits like the AC and that, they're just going to run off the genset if they ever need to. Otherwise they'll just run off that inverter there. So it's only a little 1200 watt inverter and a 200 amp battery, so we couldn't put in too big of a system because they didn't want to go and put all this lithium power in and then a big inverter. So we just opted to do that instead, and then that way they can still run all their machines off grid if they need to, but then when they want to run the AC and they run a bit more power, they can just plug into a genset. So that's pretty handy there. And then just down in this corner is where we just put all the components. So you've got the 1200 VA Victron inverter just for those 3 GPOs. Then you got a 200 amp Tron battery. Then just above that's the Victron Smart Shunt. That's just a 300 shunt. They're not drawing too much power, so there's no need to go to the 500 amp. We just went for the 300 instead. Then above that, just the Quad Mega that just fuses everything. And then we've put the Victron 100/30 MPPT for the 425 watt panel on the roof. And then just next to that was their just existing solar panel that we just rewired to the fuse box. That was just for their little 120 watt solar panel that was already pre-existing on the roof. And then we've just got a little fuse box to power all our 12 volt circuits like the fridge or the lights, everything we've added into there. Plus they're pre-existing like UHF, and that's just all wired through that now. And then just next to that's the AC charger. So when they do plug into the genset, they'll get some AC charging from that just little 30 amp IP22 Victron AC charger. That's everything on this one. It's yeah, pretty nice little setup. They'll be able to go up north now and be able to go off grid and not have to rely so heavily on their genset. So yeah, if you're after any more information or like to get in contact with us, just head to the link in the description and we'll catch you in the next one.